What's going on, everybody? Jim here from Grassroots Drumming, Technique Builders for Beginners. So let's start with a quick review on our first lesson, and that is the grip. If you haven't seen the first lesson yet, by the way, you got to check it out so you can start correctly. Anyway, first step, we have thumb flat against stick. Okay, and then our index finger, first joint wrapped around the stick. Do not go tight like that. Make sure it's the first joint. So I'll bring it out that way so a little bit. So you got a little air pocket, okay? And then the third step, other fingers loosely wrapped around the stick. Fourth step, back of the hand facing up. And real quick, I do notice some amazing drummers will play different ways. Some will play more like this. I do that if I play timpani, which has been a long time. And some drummers who are amazing do play like this. It's the same goal. I do teach match grip with back of the hands facing up. That's how I was trained. That's how it works for me. Both ways are good, and you can also include finger technique in both ways, which will be a few lessons from now, but finger technique is really important. Can't get there yet because we need to really focus on the grip check. This part here, I'm gonna go up to the camera. Let's see if we can see. I'll use my other hand. We have this part here. When we're playing fast or pushing our technique, some learners will slide their thumb like that or like this. We want to try our best to keep that swivel going. And then I'll show it in the other hand. If I switch it here, the swivel. We don't want the thumb to go down, so it looks like this. We don't want the thumb to go down like that. And that happens for a few reasons. One, if you are playing faster than you can keep up, it's that technique, that phrase, whatever you're doing, is a little tricky. It's too tricky for you at this point. So technique builders, the first thing we're gonna do is just a simple walk and run, 4/4 time, quarter notes and eighth notes. The count's just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Try with me. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, if you are doing really well, if you got the grip there and you're maybe getting a little bored, and what do we want to do? We want to speed it up. First thing is, if your grip is pretty good, great. Next goal, stick height. Make sure your stick height's the same. Now, you right-handers might be a little stronger, so focus on just that left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, you got it? Keep at it a little bit. This kind of exercise, do a little bit at a time. I was so disciplined in younger years, still disciplined in different ways, but younger years when I was really working on my technique, I would really focus and watch my hand. And that's what individual practicing is about. You have to dial things in. When you're playing with a band or a concert band, orchestra, whatever ensemble, you're not gonna have time to look at your hands. There's a whole other component of listening and reading music. So dial this in. Today's lesson, we're gonna do the walk, run, sprint, but a controlled walk and a controlled run as well as a controlled sprint. If you don't know how to read music yet, no problem. You're going to get your dosage of quarter notes and eighth notes, which we just did, and then 16th notes. 16th notes, we are going to go 1 E Anna, 2 E Anna. That's how we're going to count it off. I'm going to start with slow quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then eighths. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 16ths. 2, 3, 4. And let's just stop right there. Hit my mic, sorry. We're going to stop right there because we're not going faster. The notes are shorter. The beat is the same. So I'm going to get my metronome out. It's going to be a slow pulse. Let's see, maybe quarter note equals 62. Yeah, here we go. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. All right, so I noticed right away these sticks are different for me. I'm choking up a little bit. We want to avoid that. I'm not used to these sticks, but it's not a big deal. But some learners will slide up too much. The 16ths, you might need to practice that by itself. So I'm going to count 3, 4, and I'm going to start. 3 E and a 4 E and a 3 E and a 4 E E, N, A, 1. You want to be able to fit that in. If it's too tricky, just go back to the quarters and eighths. Let's try it a few times, but this time we're going to lead with the left hand. 1, 2, left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 E, N, A, 2 E, N, A, E, N, A, E, N, A, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 E, N, A, 2 E, N, A, 3 E, N, A. Also be able to count it and sing it without even playing it. Now, when you're doing this, stop and do a grip check. I call that freeze grip check. So you just freeze and you figure out if your grip's still looking good. Because sometimes the learner is feeling the groove, they got the rhythm, but their technique starts sliding away. I'm going to play a little bit and see if you can catch my technique and what I'm doing, and I'll exaggerate. Ready and go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E, N, A, 2 E, N, A, 3 E, N, A, 4 E. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I'll zoom it in. I went crazy and just didn't have thumbs flat. And the sound, also, I could hear the sound of the drum change. And I know I'm just playing on some rubber here, but you know, after a while, you really get to know the instrument and hear things, maybe between my ears. But anyway, that's my humor. All right, so the technique building, quarters, eighths, sixteenths. Remember this, the quarter notes and eighths, sixteenths all fit in the same beat. They're just shorter sound. Let's try it a little faster. I'm gonna go to quarter note equals, let's see, 66 beats per minute. And if it's too fast, don't worry about it. If you play a little bit each day, this is gonna be easy. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2. See how I checked my grip? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 E, N, A, 2 E, N, A, 4 E, N, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. 1 E, N, A, 2 E, N, A. All right, so next lesson I'm going to do this review, a little bit of the review, keep this warm up going, and then going to paradiddles. I'm going to have a small PDF. It's for free. If you would like it, you can get this exercise and see how things work out and the counting. And don't get overwhelmed if you don't know music. I'm literally just teaching, in this case, 3 different durations. Quarter notes, which is the beat, then the eighth notes. Some would say twice as fast. I won't get mad if you do that. It's a shorter sound, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 eighths for the beat, and then the sixteenths, 4 sixteenths per beat. 1 E, N, A, 2 E, N, A, 3. All right, if you did really well, like, okay, this is simple, I'm beyond this point, good. But I urge you to think, how is your stick height? Were your elbows relaxed? Were you able to really feel the beat? Were you able to keep the technique going? Because if you are, you're ready. In a few lessons from now, it is finger control. Bye for now, and like, subscribe, follow. Bye.